Hi, my name is Catherine Solomon and I work as Head of Training and Resources for the Bell Foundation. We work with teachers, prisons, employers and other partners to overcome language barriers. Over the past decade, we've built our evidence base and trained more than 86,000 teachers, and we're now one of the leading voices on tackling language barriers faced by speakers of English as an additional language. We know that over 1 in 5 children in England speak English as an additional language, and that the diverse multilingual classroom is the norm for most teachers. We've seen the decimation of support services resulting in a real loss of expertise from the sector. And now with many schools reporting increases in learners arriving as refugees from countries such as Ukraine, Hong Kong and Afghanistan, key policy changes are really needed now to ensure that schools are equipped for the realities of the classroom and that all pupils have the opportunity to achieve their full potential. Let's hear what other experts and school leaders have to say.
I'm sat today in a school called Chorney High School for Boys, an outstanding school that has done amazing things for young men for a number of years. I'm pleased to say that I went to this school, and with the right support for young people that come to this country and have English as an additional language, when there is support and when there's a great education, I would like to think you can go on to great things, and I'm now sat here as a director working with young people and teachers across the region. My message to the government would be to provide adequate support, both financial, but both backed up by policy and evidence-informed policy that can make a huge difference to teachers, especially in the early years when working with young people in diverse communities like ours in Luton, where we are dealing with classrooms sometimes that have more than 10, 15 different languages, schools with 30 different languages being spoken.
My recommendation for supporting children who speak English as an additional language is that an incoming government introduces a code of practice to help embed better provision across schools and to place this group support on a statutory footing.
I cannot tell you how many children we've gotten them uniforms, we've given them a violin, we've given them a laptop, we've made sure they've settled, we've talked to the family, we've dealt with mental health issues, we've gotten them a program of study that's tailored to their needs, and then they are taken out of the hotel where they're settled, or they're taken out of their housing, or they're evicted, and they're suddenly halfway across the country. And as a school, we are supposed to know where that child has ended up, so that we can make contact with that school and give the context. And that almost never happens. Sometimes the school has no notice that these children are going to be moved. We are supposed to know where people are on our register for safeguarding reasons, and we can't. And it's a huge problem. We had 3 families in a particular place, one of our schools, evicted over Christmas. And we don't know where they are.
My key message to government is what we really need is a national measure of young people's proficiency in English for those who speak English as an additional language. We're not measuring at the moment the main thing which determines the needs young people have, so we're failing to support some young people and not support them for long enough in their journey through school.
Firstly, we need better data. The statutory assessment of proficiency in English needs to be reintroduced as part of the annual school census. We know that proficiency in English is the key factor impacting attainment, and collecting this information will really help schools better understand their cohort and target needs more appropriately. Policy also needs to be informed by robust analysis of EAL learners' data. You will see the experts and school leaders we spoke to talking about funding needs as well. It's absolutely vital that the school's funding formula appropriately recognises the support needs for children who speak English as an additional language. Teachers have repeatedly told us that they don't feel prepared to teach multilingual classrooms. An effective teacher training programme, including how to support EAL learners at different stages in school, is needed to generate and maintain EAL expertise in schools. And last but not least, we need to pay attention to children who arrive late into the school system. Becoming proficient in English takes over 6 years, but if a child arrives after Key Stage 3, they've got far less time to catch up, and this will hinder their options of accessing a broader curriculum in the future.